Excellence, it does not come from prioritizing comfort. Excellence comes from prioritizing alignment. And let's just look at the comfort brain versus the aligned brain. So the comfort brain is over there chilling once again, seeks easy relief, short-term hits of phasic dopamine, and it wants to stay safe. It says, this feels good now, let me keep doing this. But the alignment brain chooses true goals, real goals, visualize your goals. It's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. It has values and discipline, and it weighs those every single day, and it's looking for long-term growth, that tonic dopamine every single day. So alignment says, does this match who I said I am? And I'm going to add to that, does it match who I said I am becoming? 2 levels up. Does it match? Does it match? And that is the difference between a comfort brain and an alignment brain. A comfort brain doesn't care if it matches because it's only focused in the moment. That's all it cares about. It's what's taking place in the moment. That's it. Nothing else. This makes my head look lopsided. Okay. Greetings. Good morning, Daisy. The comfort brain. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. I don't care about anything else. Give it to me now. I want it right now, like a toddler crying in a toy store, wanting a snack. My daughter and I were at an appointment yesterday, and an aunt and a grandmother were watching their nephew/grandson. I would venture to say he was about 3, and he wanted to watch some train show on Netflix, and it wasn't time. And then when it was time, they weren't getting to it fast enough. So he started fake crying, hollering, and all this stuff, snotting and stuff, just so he could watch bing bong ding bong ding bong ding bong ding gong ding gong bong ding ding bong gong. Comfort. Then they gave him his pizza, fish, little fish, goldfish, and his applesauce, and he was sitting in the chair, just happy as he could be. Comfort brain. Training them early to not have discipline, delayed gratification, to eat a healthier snack, and to watch whatever the fuck is still on PBS, if it's still there. Learn, read, write, arithmetic. None of that was taking place. Just bing, bong, ding, dong. And he was quiet, so they were good. Comfort brain. But that's not going to create an aligned brain. And the grandmother said, "Ooh, these kids today, I don't know what's going on with them." And I would just like to say, that's why you should have to have a license to have children. I'm saying it, and I mean it. You got to have a marriage license, a driver's license, a fishing license, a nail tech license, a business license, and everything else. But to create another human being, no training, nothing. No skill development, nothing. Just have you a good night of some fun, and let's have a baby. Let's have a baby. If you say, let's go half on $350,000 to $400,000 per human being that we create, let's raise a responsible adult. That's going to change everything. You caught up in the moment. Ooh, let's raise a responsible adult for the rest of our lives. Let's be connected no matter whether we stay together or not. Let's go ahead and have $400,000. You got $400,000. You got, because when Noah was born, they said it's $250 to get them from 0 to adulthood. It's got to be 400 by now. If you said that, oh my goodness, people wouldn't even talk to each other at the club. Wouldn't be no dating apps and nothing else. You said what? 400,000, and we got how many adults we got to raise? You say raise a responsible adult, because that's alignment. That's alignment. That's alignment. People like, I married him because he had a and ooh and yup, and now look at that DNA walking around. Look at that DNA just showing up again, and on the great granddaddy's side. Good morning. So yeah, I think if people really had that, they're always doing sex ed in high school. Do raise grown adults. Don't have them walking around with that robotic baby. Tell them carry an adult around. But have some adults volunteer at the high school and walk to 10th grade English with them. Everybody just sit there. Who is this? My adult? And have that adult be adulting. Just have them fucking everything up. Messing it up bad. Because it's like, I don't even know who this child is, because it's a grown adult and it didn't come with instructions and you didn't give it any. That's your baby that y'all decided to have in February. All these Scorpios getting ready to show up. Thank you, Valentine's Day. Yeah, if you did that, then if you said that's why I had one and done. Everybody's like, she needs a sibling. Well, she got siblings. My ex-husband had 4 kids before I met him. She got siblings. She still talks to them through Facebook and everything. So yeah, she got siblings. Yeah, not worth it. When you actually realize that you got to go from day 0 to the end of your life, you won't be going half on a baby because you can't do that. You got to go whole. It takes 2 whole people to make it. So it takes 2 whole people to raise it. Every last one of them. And that's that comfort. So then you start doing all kind of stuff, mythologizing, lowering standards. You're not saying didn't come with instructions and you didn't give me any. Yes, they didn't. So your brain didn't come with instructions. Your offspring didn't come with instructions. And you out here lifing with no instructions. I tell you what, for everybody that got a vehicle, go to your glove compartment. What do you got in there? An owner's manual. I just bought a water pick to take care of my crown effectively. When I opened the box, what I got in there? A owner's manual, a warranty, a guarantee. I'm at Target. You want a 2-year warranty or a 3-year warranty? None, Target. This motherfucker, y'all know it's going to break. The warranty, you ain't going to cover shit no ways. It's $35, $50. It's not going to happen. And you out here trying to live life. You don't have an owner's manual. The person you with don't have an owner's manual. And the people y'all created don't have an owner's manual. And then we talk about the government. Then what? Exactly. Somehow the teacher's supposed to magically unfuck what y'all fucked up in your life and theirs. That ain't Harry Potter School of Magic. It's not going to happen. Nobody ain't got no owner's manual. Not and their person. It's a wonder that the earth is still on its axis. We're just out here all willy-nilly. Just trying to do what exactly? We don't even know what the goal is. What's the goal? Death. So then we sprinkle in, that's why social conformity theory works, because it's kind of instructions. You look like this, go over there. You smell like that, go over there. You smart, go over there. So then you got like a little bit, like a pamphlet. You know what I'm saying? Look like paperwork from the doctors. It's got like 4 or 5 pages. And that's how you done built your life. That's why school don't work. Let's just teach them all math. Just teach them all math. Abracadabra, bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. Here I go. No instructions. I asked the other day, what was your least favorite class in high school? And people said all kinds of things. The only thing people didn't say was art. Nobody said art or music. People said English, chemistry, algebra, physics, geometry, PE. Somebody said high school. So now we learn all the same things, and we're not the same. And the stuff we need, we don't learn. For those of you doing neural reps, and I don't know, I think Denise is getting on the plane today, but every day she's like, so we didn't learn that. So you telling me they keep making it seem like the brain and the body ain't connected. The brain and the body ain't connected. And the more level 3 neural reps y'all do, y'all like, they are connected with the spinal cord. They're connected to do the motor neurons, to do all that. They connected. Central nervous system. Connected. There you go. And it's disconnected. Why? Because it's an untrained brain. What is the untrained brain going to tell you to do? So a couple people with a little bit of sense put some shit together. You know, if you was back in the day, you had your grandmama's house. It looked like ain't nothing in the kitchen. She go in there and make a whole damn meal. You like, where'd that come from? That's what's happening. You had a couple people. Yeah, let's just do this. Just put them in all. That's why the groups work. Because the brain wants predictability. So now I can look at you and say, oh, you in that group. Now I can talk to you. You say, oh, you from Detroit 313. Oh, you from Chicago? What's up with that? You a Michael Jordan fan? So then you just start connecting from similarities, from familiarities. And so, yeah, we don't like you. You from the west side. We from the east side. Represent west side up in this bitch. That's what happens. You from the south? Oh, no, down in the Delta. I don't mess with nobody from Itabena, Mississippi. I had a bad experience there one year, way back in 1972. That's what happens. And then you create these somatic markers in theory to keep you safe. And now, abracadabra, as Tiffany said, your ass is stuck in a life that you didn't even determine on your own. didn't even get a chance to decide if that's what you wanted to do or be. And now you're stuck in it because you got these monthly installments of shit. Cars and houses and credit cards and all that. You ain't going nowhere. You can't go nowhere. You stuck. So then what you do? Comfort brain. I just want it to be easy. I just want it to be simple. I just want it to be predictable. Why? Because what else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? I was watching a person yesterday because people will push shit through on my LinkedIn, even though I ain't following nobody. And there's a woman out there, and I'm not gonna say her name to protect the guilty, but she has a Harvard EDD. I have an EDD from Nova Southeastern University. And her thing is that she is teaching educators how to turn their time as a teacher into a 5 to 6 to 7 figure education consulting business. Let me ask y'all this. Do we need teachers to transition out of schools to turn into educational consultants? 7 figure educators. Is that what we need teachers to do? Or would a better business model been to go and lobby to the state governments that teachers make more money for the work that they actually do? So take them out of the classroom and then have them consult who? If all the teachers leave to become educational consultants, who they consult? That's step 1. Step 2 is she was a teacher and a principal, an assistant principal, and didn't go well for her. So she said she was broke and she decided she wanted money. So what did she do? She made a business model that goes after teachers in lower economic schools and then take them out of those schools so that they can go consult at where? Because you can't have a consultant at a school that's in a lower tax bracket that doesn't barely have money for toilet paper and paper towel. So these teachers have decided to teach where they know they're needed in lower economic established at school environments. And you're going to take them out of those schools and go put them where? Where the resources are. Because if you're telling them in 90 days they can make $10,000, you can't do that in Detroit public schools. You can't do that in Clark County public schools where I live. You can't do that. So, and she has a conference in October, had a bunch of teachers there, and she's showing them how they can make money. Now, is that a comfort brain or is that an alignment brain? Is that, if you're working on your personal legend, are you working on your personal pocketbook? I went to the website, I saw the videos, I saw it, and I said, that's not what she was born to do. Not only that, but she was a middle school principal and teacher. So you can't even really do shit. You using district numbers and everything for middle school, not a high school. Not a high school, because at high school, now you can say here are higher graduation rates, here are higher test score rates. And then she said her school did well in the district in English and science. But we need science and math right now because of tech. Not English, fuck English. We don't fucking pass speaking it, we don't need it. So that was a poor example of a comfort brain. But what did she do? She went and basically fish in a barrel. I'm going to go, and in her words, not mine, go help Black people with this. And I love when they do this, the disproportionate income wealth gap. You know what that says? I'm going to pimp this shit out of y'all and make it seem like I'm trying to help y'all out. Come to my conference and get my VIP, and I'm going to teach you how to make $10,000 in your educational consulting business. Now, number one, anytime someone says everybody going to come do the same thing, they want your money. Because no two people should be doing the exact same thing ever. Ever, never, never. All of y'all are doing different things. And I haven't told y'all, stop doing what y'all doing and do exactly what I'm saying doing. That's how you know it's the comfort brain that's telling you that. Because the alignment brain has to go higher. The alignment brain. So, and then in between her talking, she's pitching, going back and forth, pitching her thing. She had an assignment, and I thought, okay, maybe there's some value here. Because you know me, I'm going to look at the whole video. And so she said from a time perspective, she always, let me tell you what rich people do. As soon as somebody say that, don't fucking watch that video. Because don't fucking watch that video, okay? Rich people and wealthy people are not the same. That's number one. They tell you that, pull you in. Automatic, episodic, phasic dopamine. I'm going to tell you what rich people do. Rich people manage their time better than everybody else. Actually, no, they don't. And that's how I knew she'd never been around actual people with real money, like some bread. Not a little bit of bread, but a lot of bread, like a bakery bread amount of money. So she's talking seven figures. That's not how wealthy people talk. It's not. That's how I knew. But if you don't know, that's why you got to talk to people in the cut. People $60,000 or less, because that sounds like you know what you're talking about. I've been in the room with those people. I'm like, you ain't been in the room with, no, you haven't. You ain't even know what a room was. That's not how it works. So anyway, she told them for a whole week to manage their time, to find out the gaps in their time. Every 15 minutes, write down what you're doing. Because I have an actual time conscious awareness that I taught at Frito-Lay. I say sit down and do it for 24 hours so you can see where the gaps are, gain time, lost time. She said do it for a whole week. That's how I knew her shit didn't work. How many of y'all on this live right now got time for a whole week, every 15 minutes to write down what you're doing? How long it take? For a whole week. And then come back and assess it. And then this was the part where I finally just clicked out. Only do the things that you have to do and you love. And then outsource everything else. Her words, not mine. What have I told y'all about doing that? What is that saying? That's actually making your brain deteriorate because you're going to outsource the things that cause you discomfort. If you don't love it, don't do it. Now, this person is grossly, because I saw the pictures of her teaching, 70 pounds at a minimum overweight now. So because she outsourced and everything, now when she was teaching, she was smaller. Now she not, and she didn't fluffified because she got that success brain, that comfort brain. I done outsourced everything, and if I don't love it, I don't do it, and I only do the things that make money. Yep, and make fat. Not a whole week. Now, and it don't take a whole week. But here's what happens in those systems. They need to justify cost. So then they have you doing a bunch of busy work so you think it's gonna work. But it's not. They sat in a room and said, well, how much, if we do this, and this, we can charge this amount. If we do this, we can charge this amount. And the VIP, they get to meet me. Now, that's where the millions of dollars is coming from, that conference. That's where it's coming from. So it's not a lie. She is making money educating and consulting broke people. So you taking people who already don't have money and you telling them that they can make money. Sound like you talking to somebody at the bus stop that just came in town. Smiling. You showing off your photo op and your hair is snatched and you showing them the makeup and we getting ready to do that. That's pimp shit. That's why I got on a brain t-shirt and a graphic in the back. I ain't pimping you, I'm educating you. I ain't trying to steal your money. The person that I saw that will remain nameless and leading with the Harvard degree. Leading with it. Not that the original degree wasn't an education, the second degree was, but I went to Harvard. So now, you might as well just have it pulled up in a Cadillac with a diamond in the back with the gangster lean and a fedora on with a gold tooth saying, I'm going to take you to a place you never been before, baby. I'm going to take you to a place you never been before. Ooh, girl, look at you. You don't even know you sitting on a pot of gold. Ooh, and I'm a leprechaun. I'm going to take you to a place you never been before. I'm going to take you back to my my house. And I'm going to introduce you to Candy. You know why? Because she's so sweet. Ooh, we're going to put you in some fly gear. We got that drip because you got that good. We're going to change your name. And what's going to happen is we're going to put you with a couple people, baby. Yeah, just a couple people. I got a couple friends that would like you. Sure do. Yes. And next thing you know, you handing over your bread. Yeah, that part. And didn't read the terms and conditions. And you're going to find yourself right back in that classroom teaching them badass kids in the hood. And you're going to be out your bread. Only to wait for next year's conference to do it all over again. That's that comfort brain. So that's what people are doing. And then they see me. And then they want to question whether or not I know what I'm talking about. Because I don't look like a pimp. I ain't out here standing in front of a bookcase. She ain't telling us how much money she got. How she gonna know about the brain? So yeah, the market is saturated, but that's that comfort brain. That's that. And so what I'm saying is, if it's working and you're wealthy, why are you 75 pounds overweight? Because you can't sleep at night. Because you ain't doing right by your people. You exploiting them too. We're going to do the impoverished. We're gonna go help our people. Why are you pulling up in the Cadillac then? Why do the people have to watch you get ready for your photo shoot, for your book launch, in order to become educational consultants? Y'all, I don't film. I don't go live while I'm looking at my neuroscience class. I come back and give y'all the information that I got. I don't come and show y'all some wealth shit. That's dopamine at its highest. That's phasic dopamine, to give you this big old boost so you'll think I'm successful. And then what will you do? Give me your money. Ain't that pimping? I don't do shit. I show you shit and then you give me your hard-earned dollars. And then I give you something that doesn't work so you'll come back. That's why the motivation industry is worth $10 billion, because an untrained brain won't know that that's happening. But a trained brain will call flag on the motherfucking play, because that shit don't work. It don't work. Okay, so now let me go ahead and get into what I actually came here to say. So everybody clear? Everybody clear? Y'all never gonna go to another conference again. You about to cancel the one you had scheduled for the spring. You ain't going, that shit don't work. It worked for them. It don't ever work for you. And they threw that shit together. Got your bag, your t-shirt, your cup, your koozie, your room, everything. You're going with your friends. Y'all gonna make it a girl's trip or a guy's trip. They got a whole list of speakers with some panel discussions and breakout sessions. To do what? And then nothing. Because somebody that's an educator will understand that ask somebody to do observations of the brain every 15 minutes for a whole entire week is just ludicrous. Neurologically, you can't do that. Your brain can't even process doing that at all. Not at all. My team, everybody has a team. Just contact my team. My team's going to work with you and show you how to. Okay. And the final thing that I always do, and I haven't said this in a while. If you want to know who somebody is, who they say they is, just go to LinkedIn. Just go to LinkedIn. Just go to LinkedIn and you will see the receipts. And sometimes they can finagle it. Like there's someone else that I saw, and two people. Jared recommended some person and I was like, okay, that none of that shit is real. And I just saw somebody else that showed up on my LinkedIn page. If you got to explain the degree, you didn't get it. Everybody that actually has a degree has the degree, the year, that's it. When you start talking, when you see it's got this much of an explanation, it didn't happen. So just research it before you buy. Go and verify on LinkedIn. Going to save you a lot of time, energy, and effort. And when you have a trained brain, your ACC is going to measure the mismatch and say, something is off here. I saw her. I say, hold up, wait a minute. Leading with the Harvard. That's why successful people keep telling you about their successes so you won't go verify their dailies. Because when you start verifying their dailies, you realize ain't nothing really happening day in and day out. That's the real receipts, that tonic dopamine. And it's always what I did. And I'm writing about what I did, not what I'm doing, not what I'm learning, not where I'm progressing in life. You will never see errors. You will never see mistakes. You will only see perfection. That's why when you see pimps, they hold vines and everything else is all together. You ain't never going to see their perm out of place, not a hair out of place, not a broken nail, nothing, because that's part of the grift. That is part of the grift. If I look like money, you see I got money so I can take your money. You're going to give it to me willingly. And you think one day you're going to look like me too. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's always some low level something. It's never be excellence. What do I say over here? You can be a bad mofo too. Put in the neuro sweat equity and you're going to be a bad mofo in your own right. You don't hear that? They got one thing. They pick the thing that you can be successful at. They pick it. Why? Because that's simple for them. That's why they pick it. I'm going to teach you how to read a book in 3 minutes. You didn't even want to read a book in 3 minutes, but they made it seem like that's something that you needed to do. I saw somebody one day who was a therapist, and she was selling a course on how to write a whole book and put it on an ebook and put it on Amazon Prime in 48 hours. Now I got an Amazon store, and in my Amazon store is everything that I use in my day-to-day life. Not a therapy book, but just a book in 48 hours. How that make sense? It didn't, but it made money, and a bunch of people bought it. You could be a published author with an ebook in 48 hours on Amazon. I'm going to teach you how to do it. So it's always something that you don't actually need and you can't actually use, and it's not actually a skill. Comfort brain. So you think you did something, and you write that down. Sporadic as success, episodic success. Yeah, I got my ebook. And you got to go right back to your dysregulated life with your insignificant other at a job you hate with a gaslighting family, and you got stuck leads and stins, but you got that ebook. So let's look at excellence. It doesn't prioritize comfort. It prioritizes alignment. So you can sell comfort to anybody, and anybody that's seeking comfort will purchase it. No problem, because it's quick. It's a phasic dopamine boost. It makes you feel like you accomplished something because you went to a conference, because you bought a book. How many times have y'all been on live and people say, you got a book? Yeah, I got a book. Don't read my book. Take that money and go sign up on Instagram. That's what you can do. It's a better use of your money, because I am the book. You don't need to read the book. I'm telling you in real life how to use the 74 principles of real leadership. Go spend that $9.99 over on Instagram. That's going to be a better neurological investment for you. You go buy your brain t-shirt from my Amazon shop and start talking about the brain to other people. That's going to be a better neurological investment for you instead of bitches be bad t-shirt. We like that. Silver Fox in the house. Ain't going to do shit for you. Okay? People say, why you got a brain t-shirt on? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. Here you go. Let me start telling you about the 4 lobes, the 4 majors and the 2 minors. So first, let's define the comfort survival brain. Comfort is when your brain reduces tension quickly. It reduces tension quickly. So that's staying in bed, avoiding hard conversations, eating that snack repeatedly, and scrolling instead of executing. Going to conferences instead of strengthening your brain every single day. That's what that is, because you can go to a conference and leave. Conference 2 days, 3 days. It's 365 days in a year. And I'm saying strengthen your brain every day. That don't sound sexy. That sounds like effort. It is. It is. So comfort is not bad in and of itself. It's just short-term regulation. Relax, have fun, and smile and laugh often are 3 of the principles of real leadership. So I'm not some old prude over here just telling you it's all about good morning. It's all about real leadership and applied neuroscience, and you can't never have no fun. I am saying comfort is short-lived. It's something that you do if you're trying to go to sleep, if you are recovering from some type of medical event, or you're getting ready to check out of here. Then go ahead and be comfortable. So it's primarily driven by a comfort brain, the amygdala. No secret there, threat detection. The basal ganglia, that's the habit loops, because once you train your brain to be comforted, the basal ganglia is going to be implicit and it's going to seek it every day, every single day. And then again, why most people are on TikTok right now is that phasic dopamine, that quick reward. Woo! That was funny. It was a cool video. Cute video. Let me send this. Did you see that video outside? They said, that quick dopamine hit. Phasic. So it's a lower the pressure right now mindset, because the brain didn't come with an owner's manual. You didn't, and the people around you didn't either. So let's keep this low as possible. Let's just keep it just real simple and predictable. Now, the alignment brain is different, because that's the prefrontal cortex real leadership brain. And alignment means that your actions match your internal standard. They match. So there is no ACC conflict. Me, I said I'm going to do it. I tell you I'm going to be live every day at 4 a.m. on TikTok, 5:30 a.m. on YouTube. Unless there is a power outage, I end up in a 72-hour hold in Clark County for some reason. Has some perimenopausal. Or I'm incapacitated. But other than that, I'm at 800 and I believe 42 days of being here consecutively. 842, 843, somewhere around there. Your behavior matches your values. Your behavior matches your values. Everything I do, it matches. Everything I do. I ain't saying, you know what, I don't drink no more. I know I keep using my Hirataki, and then here I come with a morning cocktail. Anybody drink Hirataki water, you know that. That ain't no damn cocktail at all. Okay. Your execution matches your stated goals. For 11 years, I read a book a week. I did a book review, and I put that book review on my YouTube channel. Those are the receipts. It matches. I am now studying neuroscience, so I can take from my science Olympiad way back on February 16th, 1987, when I did a 3D version of the brain with a 2D picture, as well as my written report for the Science Olympiad regional competition, and I'm circling back on that part. So I am executing that. That's why I stopped the book challenges. So alignment is driven by your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, Miss Darlene. And someone says strong work ethic. That's the planning and the discipline. They go together. They belong together. You got the ACC. That's Miss Brenda Jones. Error detection. This isn't my standard, so I don't participate in it. I don't have conferences. We ain't never gonna come together and have no damn real leader conference. We ain't never gonna be in the room. Leadership, leadership, leadership. We're going to Vegas, baby. Ooh, la 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 la. We real leaders in this. That don't match, because this is daily. It's daily. You got the orbitofrontal cortex, and that's the value comparison. Is this worth it? I'm saying yes. The insula is the internal awareness. It is the feeling of calmness and peace and serenity when you know that you have excellence that you are pursuing on a daily basis. And so alignment says, does this match who I said I am? Does this angelic discipline? I'm gonna need you to stop, because your commentary is stopping me. So I'm gonna need you to stop typing right now. Okay, this ain't church. You ain't got to keep saying amen. I'm good. I'm quite confident in what I'm saying. Thank you very much for your participation, but not right now, because it's a distraction. Thank you. So what happens in a comfort prioritizing brain? Let's say you said you wanted to wake up at 5:30 a.m. The alarm goes off. The comfort brain says this: I need more sleep. I worked hard yesterday. I'm tired. One day won't matter. And now your amygdala detects that discomfort. Your brain reduces tension by doing the following action. You go back to sleep. So that's short-term relief, and it's long-term misalignment. And then what people coming to me asking is, how you wake up on time? How you wake up on time? And my question to them is, how don't you wake up on time? I just need a trick. I just need a hack to wake up on time. Wake up on time? No, I'm saying like you ain't got nothing. Yeah, I do. My alarm clock goes off at 3 and I get up. I don't press the snooze button. I actually get up, because I got to be live by 4. I got stuff I need to do. I make my breakfast, make up my bed, brush my teeth, do my nasal rinse, do the neuro rep for the day, make sure my graphics are ready. And then I practice and look over things so I'll know what I'm talking about. And then at 4 o'clock, I hit the live button. That's what I do, because I got a regulated brain. So I don't have no tricks. Now, if you want to start waking up earlier, then you already do naturally. I have a video for that. But get your ass up. It's a real effective, it's a technical term if you need to write it down. Get your ass up when the alarm goes off. So if you want to take notes, that's the secret to waking up on time. So yeah, you got that short-term relief, but now you're sluggish. Now you're rushing out the door. Now you're rushing out the door when all you had to do was get up early. Get up on time. Now, part of the reason why you can't get up on time, and this is what I told somebody because they asked me that, is because you don't like what you're about to have to go get ready to do. So you're waking up to dread. That's why you're not getting up. You're not excited about what needs to take place. I'm excited about what I'm doing. So you say yes to a job that you don't like, but the money is good. And now you got to go pay for all your stuff. Your possessions are possessing you. You got stuffification. All your stuff is suffocating you. That's why you ain't want to get up, because you got all these bills to pay. You got all these commitments. You got all these offsprings and side pieces and the main thing. So yeah, you got to go into that finance existence. That's why you're tired and you don't want to get up, because it's all the stuff you said yes to. for that immediate gratification, and now the rent is due. The receipts are showing up, and now you gotta go and pay for all of that with your mind and your time. That dysregulated mind. So the ACC will later fire. This doesn't match your standard. So the tension you'll feel later is tension, not guilt, but that's neural misalignment for all the things that you said yes to. And that's why the real leader math is 9 out of 10 times you're saying no. No, I don't need to go purchase that. No, I told y'all, I was in Smith's questioning him, did I want fried chicken or not? The damn avocado oil costs more than the chicken and the doggone quinoa and everything else that we bought at Whole Foods. The oil was more than the rest of the meal. I was like, I don't think I got a taste for fried chicken no more. How much? $32 for some oil? Avocados don't cost what? Then I said, okay, let me just see. Because my daughter was like, it ain't even the fact that how much it was. Because you know you didn't spend, well, I would spend $10 on a green drink at Whole Foods. But she said, you feel like you wasn't getting a deal. And so because of that, your frugalness stepped in. I'm like, counting how many pieces of chicken we buying? We only eating 6 pieces of chicken. We're going to get 1 pack. We can't get 2 packs. I'm just getting 1 oil. That's not what happened. But I was questioning my whole life. I'm like, how avocado oil costs more than doggone olive oil? Damn, but if you think about it, the avocado is bigger than the olive. So there you go. Angelic discipline. What'd I say? Now, treat people with dignity and respect is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. No, you won't. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 principle of real leadership is to hold yourself and others personally accountable. Now, I asked this person to stop typing because it was distracting for me, because they have a ulterior motive. And so they decided that they're going to come to my live and start spewing their rhetoric because that's what dysregulated people do. Let me go here and put my message over here, as if they're going to try to convert you all to their shit. It's like back in the day when people used to go to other people's churches and try to steal their members. Okay? That shit ain't going to work. I asked that person nicely. I explained to that person why I needed them to stop. And they had a reckless disregard for my very tactful request. This is stopping an agenda that I actually have, a lesson that I have for the people who want their brain to be high functioning. So that person has been blocked because that person is a distraction, and eliminate distractions is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So set and maintain high standards is one of the 74 principles of real leadership as well. Treat people with dignity and respect, and exercise tact. So I used 3 to 4 of the principles of real leadership, and that person didn't use one of the principles of real leadership, which was to listen and to treat me with dignity and respect. They didn't, because they came back and typed 2 more things. Why? Because they have a comfort brain. And when you have a comfort brain, your limbic system is what runs your brain. And that is a lack of inhibition control. Inhibitory control resides in the prefrontal cortex and the executive function of your brain. So this person lacked inhibition control. They went right ahead and reacted and typed what they wanted to type because that was their objective in being online. And that's a different type of troll. And that person has the troll brain, which means that they're going to do what they need to do because they decided, I'm going to be here, I'm going to type, and I'm going to get my phasic dopamine from typing this message. I'm going to give myself my own release of phasic dopamine for my reward loop in the nucleus accumbens, and therefore that person no longer has access to actually finding out how their brain actually functions. So to the level 3s, 1s, 2s, I think I did a good job because remember I said by Sunday, I was going to be done with looking at human beings and wanting to be angry at them, and I was going to actually assess neurologically what was taking place for them. So feedback from level 1, 2, or 3, I believe that that's what I just did today. So anyway, the alarm brain, the alignment for the alignment of a prioritization for the alignment brain. Same alarm, 5:30 it goes off. You wake up, you go, whew, you feel a little discomfort. Thank you, Daisy. But instead of asking what feels good, you ask what aligns. Thank you, Lacey, too. So what aligns? Clock goes off. Every day that my alarm clock goes off at 3 o'clock, I'm not like, woo, yeah, I feel good. Da, 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 da. But I get up because it's not about how I feel. And what I do is my dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, Miss Darlene, overrides. Sometimes there have been times when I've gotten at home at 1 o'clock in the morning for my daughter's business. So in 2 hours, when that 3 o'clock goes off, that's not the same as when I go to bed at 9 o'clock. But I still got to get up and keep my word because that's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So I'm going to keep my word and I'm going to be where I need to be at 4 and 5:30 a.m. The ACC is committed to my tracking. Ms. Brenda Jones says, all right, get up. You did what you said you were aiming to do, Dr. Donna. Thank you, Monique. And in the basal ganglia, habit reinforcement. I've been getting up at 4 a.m. since June of 2016, and I think 3 a.m. probably 2020, somewhere around there. But I've been getting up early since June of 2016, which is about to be 10 years. And so the other thing by the actual students that said yes is lead by example is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So because they are leveling up, I need to level up because I got to always maintain 2 levels up because you're getting to where I got to faster because I developed the system for you. So you going to get through a lot of the minutia that I had to imagine a road that needs to be made, the road less traveled. I've now paved it so you can actually go faster. That's the other reason why I'm leveling up. So at 5:30 a.m., you get up, not because it's comfortable, because it's aligned. Excellence is built in the moment. Comfort is not. Comfort is delaying the inevitable. And as I explained to my amazing offspring the other day, I said, you get lessons when they come the first time. And if you ignore them, they're coming back with way more momentum and you got the new life lessons too. And that's why you end up 50 years old, half your life gone, or for some people more than half your life gone, and you ain't did shit. And now you're sitting somewhere complaining about everything and how it wasn't unfair and there's all this other stuff and people got advantages that you didn't get and all that. It's because when it showed up the first time, you didn't excellify it, didn't make it excellence. You didn't make it excellence. And now it's back along with your new shit, your new life lessons, the lessons that you didn't do in your teens and your 20s, you in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and the shit came back because you did not complete it. If you are in school and you got all these assignments and you get to the end of the semester and you did not complete the work, what you gonna get? An F or E, whatever the grade system is. And now you're gonna have to repeat that. So you repeating the 4th grade, the 5th grade, the 6th grade, the 7th grade, the 8th grade, but you keep going up. So you're repeating that because you didn't finish that work. That's how life works. And that's why you just sit here and do nothing. And now you're seeking comfort because you can imagine, I'm about to be 53, God willing, in May. So imagine I didn't do nothing in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, master's degree, doctorate, the military, Frito-Lay, or nothing. And now I'm sitting here with all that work that I didn't do. Hell yeah, I don't feel like getting up in the morning. I got all these missing assignments. I ain't do nothing. I didn't pass none of those classes, none of those tests. And then I'm going to sit here. I found something comfortable to do that gives me enough money to survive today. And then I want to sit around and assess what everybody else did. Got whole bunch of missing fucking life assignments that I ain't touched. But I'm over here saying I worked hard. When? When did it happen? Where are the receipts at for working hard at? Where? Because I actually did the work. I actually did everything I told y'all I did. The good, the bad, the ugly, the happy, the sad, the mad. Everything in between. But you got a bunch of missing life assignments. And you over here trying to be comfortable. You don't deserve to be comfortable. You need to be sleeping on the motherfucking floor. Not even a yoga mat. What you done did? What you done did? You got all these unfinished assignments. Don't believe me? Watch this. Kids bring the homework home. They in tutoring. I had my colleague of mine when I was in college. His wife had a master's degree. She worked at Ford in finance. Their gifted child came home with 1st grade math and they had to send him to tutoring because neither one of them motherfuckers could do the 1st grade math. My daughter ain't never went to tutoring. The only class that she needed extra help in was physics because I didn't take physics. She had honors geometry. I had honors geometry. We went and got a geometry textbook from the library to make sure that she did better in honors geometry than me. I was her tutor. And it's a whole bunch of teachers that can't teach their kids at home. So I didn't skip none of them assignments. So when she brought that fucking honors geometry home, damn proofs and all that, and her teacher went on a cruise and we couldn't ask her questions about a test, that part, still figured it out. And this chat wasn't around yet. So you got all this shit you didn't do, and now you want to talk about they doing that new math. No, they doing that math that's new to you. Math is old. They got all these assignments and stuff. It's the same. The school system is too archaic to have changed. You didn't do the assignment. And now they coming to you, and then you over there like, yeah, how your daddy do the homework? What's the homework hotline number? And you don't even understand the questions. Everybody went, when they had to go remote learning for school, we found out how stupid the parents were. Nobody could figure out what to do. And it wasn't just getting on Zoom. They're like, ooh, shit, we got some dumbass kids. How they get here? Who? Reading is fundamental is one of the 74 principles of real leadership for a reason. So you didn't do it. And now you got, and some of y'all got grandkids come, grandma, pop, read me a book. No, baby, you read that. I don't have my glasses on. They on your face. Yeah, I need a new prescription. You can't read shit. All they can do is bring you to go into the doggone, the system and show you the computerized grades. You don't even know what the hell you're looking at. Oh yeah, well, back in the day, they used to bring it home on a card. We actually had a report card. Just tell me what the grades are, baby. You can read the terms and conditions of your own damn life. How you gonna help somebody else get it right? Everyday examples. Diet. In a comfort brain, I know, right? Everybody like, shit, she could... We go back to talking about that lady that got that conference, Dr. Donna. Leave us alone. Go say she a pimp. No. I got it for everybody. I'm an equal opportunist. Be fair. It's one of the 74 principles of real leadership. Okay? I'm gonna be fair up in here. So here's an example. Comfort. You eat what tastes good. Not alignment. Because alignment says, I eat what supports my stated goal. I am perimenopausal, and hopefully by the end of March, I will be in menopause. I've had to change a bunch of shit the last 12 years to be high functioning and still be good. It don't taste the same. You got 95 fucking prescriptions because it don't taste the same. Won't change nothing. Nothing. Ain't gonna change anything. Shit, but you only live once. You ain't living, you existing, and that ain't the same damn thing. Man, it's air quality today. I already did my nasal rinse, but hey, I got sinusitis. It is what it is. Example number 2 is hard conversation. When you're seeking comfort, you're going to avoid that hard conversation. You are. But when you have alignment, you're going to address it respectfully and directly. I told that person, stop commenting in my comments because it was a distraction. They didn't. I let them know you got to go. You can be on TikTok, you just ain't gonna be on my account. Number 3, learning. Watching TV. I'm amazed with my daughter's business how many people have a television on every fucking wall in the house and ain't got a bookcase to save their life. Now, before you who have bookcases say, I got 15 bookcases, you know I ain't talking to you anyway. You just trying to flex. Don't type that shit. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people with more TVs in their house than books. More gaming consoles than books. That's what I'm saying. Everybody got a tablet, a phone, and a laptop and ain't got a book nowhere. Well, we looking at you playing the game. You don't know how many houses I've been in where the son is in a room with a door closed, yelling and cussing and fussing because he on the game and shit going left. I thought he was in there one time. I said, who else is in there? He just playing that game. He always in there playing the game. How's that going to translate? My daughter had a child was playing, I don't know what game it was, but they bought him a 4-wheeler and he got mad and ran the 4-wheeler through the fucking door in the garage to the house into the kitchen. From playing the game. I'm like, he not playing no more. He for real. This shit happened. Grand Theft Auto, I think it was. 7 years old and ran the damn car, 4x4, 4-wheeler, whatever it's called, into the house. No books. Reading is fundamental. 15 minutes a day of nonfiction. And example number 4 of training. Comfort. You got to train. We had to get training at the job. I ain't going in today, so you skip it. You didn't skip it. You got all this missing assignments in your life. The alignment says we're going to execute it because you committed. Y'all know I got a gag reflex, not to blood, but just to organs. And so every time, now we're not, thank goodness, I'm in module 5 or module 6, no brain. She showed a picture of it, and that was it. But module 4 kicked my ass because it was just every time she pulling it open and cutting it out. And here's the hippocampus, and here's the medulla, and here, 26 lessons on that. And I sat through all of it to get a little bit of information for what I need. So excellence is not dramatic. It's alignment, repetition, and it's boring. And that's why people can't do it. That's why you settle for these nice little phasic boosts. Because of all the comfort you have sought all your entire life. That's why when I say go to Instagram, and I've been playing around with pricing and everything for 12 years. It's not the pricing. The most you're going to pay is $12.99 on YouTube for your level 5. I don't think you can get a DoorDash delivered for that. So it's not the price. Monthly. It's not the price. It's you. It's you and all your comfort. I say go sign up. I get off the live very rarely. Is anybody over there? 7 days free. You can't get no better than free. Like what you want me to do? And people do get to day 1, can't name their brain. That's what I said the other day. Can't name their brain. Can't even name your brain. You done named your kids, all kind of shit. Well, we put the name together. That, thank you, Lacey. We put, her name is Dejanay Coffee Cream Chocolate Vanilla Johnson. Because she's so sweet. You get all creative and shit naming your offspring. But you can't name your brain because you ain't even thought about it. But excellence is in your daily, not in your comfortly. So here's the neuroscience of excellence. Excellence requires a strengthened dorsolateral prefrontal cortex because that's where the control is. That's Miss Darlene. The ACC, Miss Brenda Jones, your tolerance of discomfort. I specialize in discomfort and bad motherfuckingness. Those are 2 of my specialties. Reduce amygdala reactivity. So you're going to reduce that impulse to just do whatever, say whatever in the moment. You're actually going to have inhibitory control. Tonic dopamine. That's long-term satisfaction over quick hits. I've been studying the brain. I'm in my 16th consecutive month of studying neuroscience and developing applied neuroscience with respect to real leadership. It has not been simple. That poem, Life for Me Ain't Been No Crystal Stairway. That's what I experience every day. But it has been worth it because I am watching it take place in people's lives, and it is amazing. I'm working on my personal legend. If you don't know what that is, read The Alchemist. You'll find out what it is. When you get past 50, if you've done everything correctly, you have the ability now to give back because you've taken what you've done for 18,000 days and some change, and now you're ready to present actual wisdom and excellence back to the world. So that's why this is worth it. Planting trees for which shade I will never sit. And then the myelinated execution pathways. And we're going to be talking about the glial cells this week. And so you will find out what myelin is. Comfort feels good fast. Alignment feels strong long term. Strong is better than feel good fast. Strong is better than feel good fast. Strong is better than feel good fast. Comfort reduces the tension for now until real shit shows up, and then you're going to need some more comfort and some more comfort and some more comfort and some more comfort. Alignment builds identity. I know exactly who I am, so no one can tell me who I'm not. Yesterday, someone said, or the other day, that I look like the Black Joni Mitchell. And then we use them as the example for the internet troll brain. And we watched it happen in real time. No, I'm not. I look exactly like my daddy, Leslie Darnell Thomas. Just put a wig on him and we are twins. Or take my wig off of me and we are twins. Or we're twins. So the real leadership mapping is this. Excellence prioritizes alignment and it connects to the following principles of real leadership. And for the visitors here, if you're wondering what the 74 principles of real leadership are, just go to my TikTok profile, click on my website, decline the cookies when you get there. That's just the formatting. You can't do anything about that. But click decline and then click on the 74 principles of real leadership button. You will see them there organized into 8 categories plus the 2 and the bonus. I developed these way back in 2008, right after I finished my doctorate, published my book in 2009, and I've been using them my entire life. Why? Because we didn't come with an owner's manual. So we really don't have a universal system to adult and to people. So we use religion, we use sports, entertainment, sororities, fraternities, jobs, and all of that to tell us how to treat each other. But treat people with dignity and respect works. I've never come across a person that says, disrespect me. Don't treat me with dignity and respect. Reprimand privately. I've never somebody said, read my ass in front of everybody. Embarrass the shit out of me because I learned better that way. Never seen a person that says they don't want to have fun. Never seen a person that doesn't want to relax. Smile and laugh often. And for the depressed people, that's because you have, if you're saying you can't, your SGACC just needs to get to neutral. You got to get rid of that low emotional baseline. It is neurologically possible without medication, just so you know. Embrace change. You'll change. Dr. Donna, I don't like change. Pull out your high school photo. You still look like that? You still the same size as you was in high school? You still got them same clothes on? You changed. You just did phasic change. You do like changing. You change your mind every time it's time to do something hard. You go, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. You just built your nice little comfort cocoon from your changes. You've changed because you had a vision. You had a purpose in life when you were younger, and you don't have that anymore. So yeah, you did change. You embraced a change. It just was in a negative trajectory, but you did embrace change. Okay, I'll move on. It's quiet in the comments. So here are the principles of real leadership for an excellence brain. So that's why I actually created them and developed them so they would be universal. Has not embraced diversity, has nothing to do with sexual orientation, religious preferences, or anything like that. That shit don't fucking matter at all. Worship, don't worship, love, don't love, get married, don't get married, have offspring, don't have offspring. None of that is in there. Any of that shit to do with age, ethnicity, nothing. Age, none of that. Age. People will use that. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too that. No, not at all. It don't matter what sex you from, what you represent, who you with, none of that. It's how to treat another human being on a daily basis. Handle conflict when it occurs. Don't avoid it. Handle it when it's at the lowest level possible, because it is only going to get worse over time. Communicate effectively. Number one reason why people get divorced is irreconcilable differences, because that means that there was a breakdown in communication. But when you communicate effectively, that means asking questions and listening. And when you read, because it's fundamental, you have a very strong vocabulary, personal lexicon, so you can actually use more words, and you can treat people with dignity and respect. And then you can, to quote Rodney King, rest in peace, everybody can get along. It's a very fluid system, and it actually works. So here are the principles of real leadership that work for excellence. Be a thermostat, not a thermometer. You take the temperature, you set the temperature, you don't take it. My lives are quite calm considering how excitable they could be. I got to put this puzzle piece in here. Give me a second. Quite calm, considering they could be the topic that I'm saying, how I present my command presence could cause a lot of problems for people, but they're not, because I'm in total control of what's taking place. Personal accountability. Hold yourself and others personally accountable is the number one principle of real leadership. That's why I have a personal accountability course here on TikTok to get you ready. And I was 1 minute late attempting to be able to locate it, but TikTok is TikToking. So hopefully it works. So you can do 8 days of getting your brain ready for personal accountability, so you can actually start getting your brain ready for excellence. Because if you don't hold yourself personally accountable, you're never going to get to a trained brain. Finish what you start. You had a bunch of unfinished projects. Some of y'all had kids and didn't finish raising them. You started it, you finish it. So if you start, don't start it if you're not going to finish it. And quitters never win as a side note. That's another one, but it's just not part of this. Finish what you start. And the reason why you can't finish what you start is because you made a dumbass decision, that's a dad, with a dumbass plan, which is a dad. And that's because you got a survival brain, comfort brain. So it sounds good, but you didn't understand the assignment. You didn't really realize how long it was going to take to get it done. So you quit. Because you got all those unfinished assignments from back in the day, you got a quitter's mindset. And your amygdala and your basal ganglia actually have a quitting point for you. And when it registers that, this is going to be challenging, you automatically quit and you start excusing, which is a reason wrapped up in excuse, and mythologizing about why it wasn't going to work anyway, when neurologically none of that is actually true. You're just a quitter. So it would be better to be honest, which is one of the 74 principles of real leadership, to just say, I'm a quitter. I'm going to start it and I ain't going to finish it. As soon as it gets hard, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go seek some comfort. And then I'm not going to talk about it no more. And hopefully the rest of my quitting crew won't bring it up to me either. We'll just all move on. Do it now. Procrastination is the enemy. That alarm goes off. Get your ass up. Do not press the snooze button. Get up. If you said you're going to get up at 5:30, get up. If you said you're going to get up at 10:30, get up. Everybody press the snooze button. Everybody in your retinue presses the snooze button. And that's why y'all are how y'all are. Lead by example. Lead by example. And people will say, I'm not a leader. You are. You are the CEO of Me Incorporated. You are the CEO of Me Incorporated. You are the leader of your life. Not the government, not your significant other, not your people, not your parents, you are the leader of your life. And if you don't like where you led yourself, lead yourself somewhere else. But you are responsible for you. Don't believe me? Go get your government identification. Whose name is on it? Yours. Whose name is on that direct deposit from that check? Yours. Whose name is on your lease or your mortgage? Yours. Your name is on that. You're responsible for that. You're responsible for you. No one else's name is on your tombstone when you die. It's yours. That dash, you're responsible for. You can't be responsible for the beginning or the end, but that dash is you, boo-boo. That dash is you. And then meet your potential. And I would just like to say that people think they only have one potential. Someone dies, oh my God, they had so much potential. A potential is just a goal. You are just saying, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. So you can have multiple potentials met in a lifetime. That's why you excellence. Be the best. When I go after something and I say I'm getting ready to do something, I had the potential to become a distinguished Toastmaster. And I did. I had the potential to become Captain Thomas. And I did. I had the potential to become Dr. Donna. And I did. So this notion, the reason why they say one potential is because comfort says I can only have episodic success. So every now and then I can do something grand. No, when you have tonic dopamine, you can have a bunch of potentials met. Action potential, because that's what the actual neurons in your brain do. They get excited enough to create action potential so they can actually create a synaptic connection. If you keep having that connection connected, you're going to create a neural pathway and you're going to be on your way to something extraordinary. That's how you meet your potential. It's neuroscience, not behavioral science. So comfort asks, how do I feel? Because you have a low emotional baseline. But alignment asks, what is the standard? Set and maintain high standards is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. I have extremely high standards. You miss a day over here, you starting over. You miss 2 days at one level, you're going back to the other level because you're not ready for the level that you want. That is unheard of in 2026 because people just want your money. But I want you to be successful. I want your family and your friends, your real family and friends for years to come to say, this is what they built while they were here. So I am the standard by which excellence is measured. I'll say that again. Globally, in the entire world, in 5.9 billion adults, I am the standard by which excellence is measured. And now some of you are saying, bitch, please. And I'm cool with that statement. Why do I say that? Ali said he was the greatest. And everybody still say he the greatest. He said it. Believing yourself is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. But you want to know why I'm the greatest? Number one, I haven't stopped learning and growing. But number two, everything that I have went after in life, I excelled at it. I'm the best at it. And I could tell you how to do it too. That's the difference. That's the difference. Because when I got in the room, I said, who's the baddest motherfucker in the room? Him? Her? I'll be back. Double down. I'm in Vegas. You playing blackjack, you double down on some shit. That's why. Because I have mastered and excelled in everyday life. While life is lifing. Clean and sober. Clean and sober, 1973, all original parts except for some of the teeth in my mouth. Original parts. That's why I am the standard by which excellence is measured. Because when life hits, it's not a matter of getting hit. It's how hard you can get hit and get back up. That's one of the motivational videos from Sylvester Stallone, the movie. I think it was in Rocky 7. I have which one it was. But when life is lifing, I'm not bitter, I'm not angry, I'm not vengeful or revengeful for the 176 people that we should have played catch many, many moons ago and we didn't. None of that is taking place. I'm not using all of the negative, horrible, awful, vicious things that happened to me as an excuse to not excel. I wake up every day saying, yep, and now I'm 2 levels up. The blank blank app is coming and I will be a Nobel laureate. That's why I'm the baddest mofo walking the face of the planet Earth and the standard by which excellence is measured, because you see people in presentation of self in everyday life, but they go right back to that low emotional baseline. They haven't mastered their brain. They can't tell you why they're doing something. They can't assess a person on the internet based upon a profile photo and what they said and say, this is that type of person. That's some FBI shit. That's not something that an everyday person can do. I'm not a child prodigy. I know I did some shit when I was in school, but I had to work very hard because I got a regular ass IQ like most people do. As they Arrested Development said, I am everyday people. I am. I'm everyday people doing extraordinary shit extraordinarily well. That's why I'm the standard by which excellence is measured. And I'm not saying bend the knee. This ain't no Game of Thrones shit. I'm saying follow me so that you can be extraordinary and excellent too. Because you might have been born with an untrained brain that's focused on comfort, safety, and survival, but you don't have to live your life like that anymore. It's not necessary. It ain't got shit to do with race. It ain't got shit to do with who your parents are. I got some of the raggedy assest parents you ever wanted to meet. They ain't got nothing to do with me and my 86 billion neurons and my 85 billion glial cells. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm choosing different. I'm choosing excellence. And you can too. But the shit takes work every day. Every day. Every day. Jim Rohn said it's simple but not easy. Get up every day and be badass. Get up every day and strengthen your mind. Get up every day and have tonic dopamine releases in the nucleus accumbens and strengthen your mind and regulate your emotions every day, 365 days out of the year and 366 on leap year. If you are prioritizing your comfort, you are regulating survival. If you are prioritizing alignment, you are building excellence. And excellence is not emotional. It's structural because you're building it. It's neural. It's repetitive. And it's a decision that you make every single day. Every single day you're choosing comfort, survival, and safety. Or you're choosing discomfort, thrival, and neutrality. Because when you have a neutral emotional baseline, if you got to go let a motherfucker know, you still can. And you're going to come right back to your baseline. But that's survival. And once you start thriving, you get out of these survival environments where you got to let somebody know. They become few and far between. They become few and far between because you are in a different neurological setting. So for those of you who stayed to the end, you can go to Instagram. That's where it starts. I ain't got no pitch. I'm not about to be doing no Baptist pastor shit. Church, the doors of the church are open. Is there one? And somebody said, is there one? Come on, the Lord is waiting on you. Come on. Sing softly, quiet. Come on, the Lord is waiting on you. There has to be one. There just has to be one. Just one. Come on over to Instagram. God told you to come on over to Instagram this morning. Turn around, doctor is the username. Go ahead and message me so you can start your 7-day trial. Did y'all need a benediction? Today, is that what they still doing? I ain't been to church in a lot of years. Do they even still do that? I don't know. Anyway, I will be on YouTube in 15 minutes and we will be talking about the astrocytes, one of the main glial cells in the brain. God willing, higher power in the universe, I will be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same time, same place, safe space. Different brain t-shirt. You all go off and have a brain-tastic day. Take care. Adios.